Hi everyone. Today we're going to study compound interests. If an initial principal P is invested at an annual rate R and the interest is compounded n times per year, the amount A in the account after T years is given by this formula. A as a function of t is equal to P, this P is the principal, multiplied by the quantity constant 1 plus the fraction R, which is the rate, divided by n. This n is the number of times the interest is compounded, and this binomial here is raised to an exponent, which is a product of n times t. Again, this n is the number of times the interest is compounded per year, and the t is the number of years. Please note, if the interest is compounded yearly, n equals 1. If the interest is compounded semi-yearly, the n equals 2. If the interest is compounded quarterly, it means every 3 months, n equals 4. If the interest is compounded monthly, n equals 12. Let us have an example. Suppose an Omani Rial 500 is invested in an account which offers 4% compounded monthly. Letter A. Express the amount A in the account as a function of the term of the investment T in years. Letter B. How much is in the account after 3 years? And letter C. How long will it take for the initial investment to triple? Let's start with letter A, but first let us write our compound interest formula here. And then let us collect the given data from the problem. First is the P, the principal, which is 500 Omani Rials. We will write 500. Next is the R, or the rate, which is 4%. And we will write this as a decimal, and this is 0.04. So using our calculator, we may do 4 divided by 100. You will get this value. And the n, which is stated here, compounded monthly. And monthly means 12. Let us now substitute the values to our formula here. So we have now A as a function of t equals 500. So the P now is substituted by 500 times the constant 1 plus the R. We will now write the decimal value 0.04 divided by the n, which is 12, and this quantity is raised n times t, and this is now 12 times t. We will simplify the terms inside the grouping symbol. The 0.04 we divide by 12, and the result here we will add to 1. So we have now this 1.00333, and this is again raised to 12t. The 500 we copy here, and this is now the function of A with respect to t. And this equation here is our answer for letter A. So we can write this below this A. Then we will proceed with problem B. How much is in the account after 3 years? So we're going to use this function A of t is equal to 500 times the quantity 1.00333, and this is raised to 12t. In letter B, the time is given as 3 years. So we will substitute the number 3 to that letter t in the exponent. And when we multiply 12 times 3, we will get the 36. Then using our calculator, we can have a quick computation. So 500 times 1.00333. Then we use the raise up symbol and we put 36 and hit the equal sign. You will get this value 563.569. And this is the amount in the account after 3 years. So we will put this value opposite letter B. We are now ready to answer letter C. So this is the problem. How long will it take for the initial investment to triple? So in letter C, the time is required. And the given is the principal is now tripled. So 500 is the initial principal. We multiply this by 3, it becomes 1,500. And that 1,500 we will substitute to the final amount. So we will have in here now 1,500 equals the same right hand value. So it's here. And from here we're going to simplify because we want to get the t value here. First, let us divide the equation by 500. So the left hand side becomes 3, and this is equal to the right hand side. The 500 is cancelled out. So we have now 3 equals 1.00333 raised to 12t. Again, our goal is to get the value of t. This time, we're going to get the logarithm of both sides of the equation. So we have now log of 3 equals the log of this 1.00333 raised to 12t. So in here, we can see that the log has no base, but we must understand that the log without any base means this is a common logarithm and this is in base 10. And on the right side, we can now simplify this further because of the power 12t and the principle of logarithm. We can now put this 12t as a factor of the log. The 12t now comes down here as a factor to be multiplied to the log 1.00333. And the left side is just the same. Now, to get the value of t, we're going to divide the equation by all the numbers that are coefficients of t. And those are this 12 and the log of 1.00333. And if we do this, the t will now be isolated, and on the left side we will have log of 3 all over the product of 12 times the log of 1.00333. Now let us use the calculator. We're going to encode this log 3 divided by open parenthesis 12 times the log 1.00333 333, close parenthesis, and hit the equal sign. And you will see the value 27.6. And this t is in years. So this is the answer for letter C. We will just put this answer opposite C. We have answered now all the questions and we are done with this problem. I hope you learned something from this video. See you again next time.